Okay, so now we're ready to take on the outro solo, and here again I think the best way to approach this is to kind of break it down a little bit into sections. So let me go ahead and play you the first section that I'm breaking down here, and there's obviously within this section there's a lot of measures where there's nothing being played. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of count through those measures and I'll kind of jump back in at the given time where I'm supposed to. All right, so the beginning solo starts out with just kind of a slide down from the previous solo, and then there's two measures up front where you're not really doing anything. All right, and this one does have a wah-wah in it too, so just so you know, you can kind of incorporate the wah-wah into the mix. So it starts out 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Where do we go now? Then it goes to the 22nd fret. So hopefully you guys have a 22nd fret. So that's where I want to take you to on this first section. Okay, so counting up, two measures up front, and then we just kind of take the wah-wah pedal and just kind of do some ghosting. I'm going to do a double, then a double up top, and then a hit. Okay? And then another measure of resting, and then we go into a hammer-on 7/9 with the wah, with a lot of vibrato. Then we rest for another 3 measures, and then we're going to do a little pull-off here, 2/0, and then another ghost hit at the end, and then we do this little cool little scale run, little blues run. 7/5, 7/5, 7/5, slide down to 3. So what I'm going to do now is take you all the way up to that last little blues kind of riff, that one little riff that we talked about, and I want to kind of count with you all the way up into that part, so we know like how many, where we're counting within the measures. There's a lot of measures we're not doing anything, we're just resting. So let's try that. I'm going to start with that little 12th fret slide down from the previous solo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3 to the wall. 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, rest. 2, 3, 4, rest. 2, 3, 4, rest. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Then we go to the trill. Immediately, 3, 4, double stop. So now we go to the trill, which is 7/9/7 with the whammy, with the wah-wah, sorry. 7/9/7 with the wah-wah. And that's a full measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Double stop on 12th on the middle 2 strings. All right. Then from there, we're going to rest another measure. And this is the part where we go, where do we go now? And this is kind of where he matches that vocal phrase with the guitar. All right. Then the next measure is like a little bluesy lick that's very, you can hardly hear it, but if you really, really listen, you can kind of hear like a little sliding up. So it's 18 on the 3rd string, slide up, and then 17 on the 2nd string. So one more time. All right, then it goes to the 22nd fret, like I said. For those of you, hopefully you have 22 frets, you're going to bend up. That's going to be for 2 full measures. So if you count, 2, 3, 4, then you go to 17 on the 2nd string, bend on the 17, kind of more like definitely a wah-wah type of thing. All right, 2, 3, 4. Bend and release there. That takes us up through the whole section here before the repetitive lick. So now what I'd like to do is take you all the way through this section with counting, starting from that little double stop lick from the previous solo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3. Bring in the wah. 3, 4. 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, 4. One more. 2, 3, 4 to the pull up. 2, 3, 4. Right into the trill. 4, 2, 3, 4. Where do we go? All right, so that takes us all the way till that section. Now we're going to go ahead and go to a repetitive lick here. All right, so now let's take a look at the last little bit here of the solo, and it starts with a repetitive lick, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to play through it, for you first, just so you can kind of get a feel for the part. 2, 3, 4. All right, so now let's go ahead and take a look at the solo and try to figure it out a little bit. Starts out with a repetitive lick, but first starts with a 15th fret bend on the second string. Leading into it, you go 12th fret, 15 pull off to 12 on the second string, and then to 14 on the third string. So. Times because we're really trying to cover 2 measures there, all right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to go into a 15th fret bend, full, but you're going to kind of keep bending it. And then we go to 14, kind of a gradual bend like we did before in the past. So from the 15th fret, then we're going to go to 15 as that's being bent and released. So we're going to go 14, 12, twice, then 14, 12 on the 4th string. So let's try those couple measures one more time. Two, 3, 4. So now let's take a listen to how the repetitive lick, kind of flows into that next section. All right, so I'll kind of take it a little bit slower than normal though. 2, 3, 4. All right, now the next part, we're going to bend on 15 on the second string, to go 12 on the first string. So bend on 15, 12 on the first string twice, and then 15, 12, pull off on the second string. Now this is the part where it goes no, 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 and it kind of matches the riff. So it's 15th fret bend up, release, 12, 14th fret, same type of deal, 14, 12 on the third string. And then you think it would kind of resolve to that 14 on the 4th string, but what he does is he goes back to that 14 on the 3rd string and kind of does like a quarter step bend and just kind of keeps that going for 2 measures. Lots of vibrato. Then he goes up a string, 14 on the 4th string, slide that down to 9, right? That's going to take a full measure. Then halfway through the measure, go to 5. Then we're going to go 7. Halfway through the measure, go to 2. And then a little bit of a retard there. So let me play you from the 15th fret bend all the way through, and then we'll do the whole thing slow. So now from the repetitive lick, let's take the whole thing kind of slow all the way out. 2, 3, 4.